Hello BookTube people, so today I thought I was going to do the 25 bookish facts about me. I saw Simply Sarah do this on her YouTube channel a couple of days ago and it inspired me to do one as well, so here we go. I started reading when I was 12. I did read a little bit before that, like during class and stuff. They encouraged us to read for like 20 minutes to half an hour every week, I think. But I wasn't really that invested until a couple years later. If I remember correctly, the book that got me into reading YA was Twilight. The first book that I ever finished was either Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince or Girls in Tears by Jacqueline Wilson. Reading books in third person is a not favorite thing for me to do. I always like to read in first person. I'm an extremely slow reader. Yep. Like snail reader. I read about 1 to 2 books a month realistically. Sometimes more, depends, but majority of the time it's 1 to 2. I used to dog ear when I was younger because I didn't really see the point in bookmarks. Like I knew what they were for, dog earing was easier. I tend to read more during the colder months. Like, I'm guessing many of you do as well. I always imagine myself as the main protagonist. I tend to shy away from sci-fi and like dystopian novels because they kind of creep me out a bit. My favorite genres are young adult and like contemporary, urban fantasy, and sometimes fantasy. I'm more likely to be interested in a book if the cover looks appealing to me. I like to listen to music while I'm reading because like it gets me in the zone, and if there's a playlist for that book, I will put that on, and like when there are fight scenes, a more upbeat music, or if there are romantic scenes, like more romancy music, like I don't know, like stuff like that, you know what I mean? Since actually buying an ebook, I haven't really bought any physical books because like ebooks are just, you read a sampler and then you're like, oh, I need to know more if it's really good, and like, do I wait and order like a physical copy and wait for it to come, or do I just click buy right then and just continue reading? Yeah. When I do buy physical copies of books, I prefer hardbacks to paperbacks. They just feel more special. I used to read so much more as a teen, like so much. 1 book a day, sure, no problem. No problem at all. Like I would sit and finish a book in one sitting, from what I remember. Nowadays, that doesn't really happen. Sprayed edges. What I love about reading books is like, if there are sprayed edges and like 2 pages are sticking together and like the ASMR, like just of like ripping them, not ripping them apart, but like tearing them apart, like opening up the pages. Oh, that sound and just that feeling. Woo! I love that. Books without romance are not my fave. There has to be a little bit of romance in there. Those are usually my best parts. I do the majority of my reading before I go to bed. When I finish a book or a series, I just cannot pick up a different series or a different book. I'm like, I'm too invested in the world that I just finished, and I'm like, you know. If there's an adaptation coming out and I like the trailer or the book sounds appealing, I'm like 80% more likely to read that book. I'm not a fan of rereading books. It's just, I know what will happen and it's not that interesting to me. The only book that I have reread is Finding Sky by Joss Sterling. I love special editions of books and like they have sprayed edges or pictures or an extra little thing in there. Ooh, like this 10-year anniversary edition of City of Bones. Jasmine's Library on Twitter was kind enough to send me it, and thank you. Like I love and cherish that book. Like it was so nice to read. Even though I've seen the movie, I still really liked to read the City of Bones book because it wasn't that similar to the movie or this TV show. And last but not least, my Goodreads challenge for this year is 50 books. Yep. Sadly it's not like 100, 200 like some other people, but I'm being realistic, kind of. I know I'm a slow reader and I know I put off reading and go on Twitter a lot, but I think I can do this one. 50 books. If I get really in the swing of things, it might happen. So that is it. Thank you all for watching. Please tell me a bookish fact about yourself in the comments if you want, and I will see you next time.